Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, my name is Bridget and my partner Matt and I, we travel full-time as digital nomads. I'm also currently 28 weeks pregnant. So in today's video, I thought I would share with you a little bit about my tips for traveling while pregnant. Quick disclaimer, I am not a doctor, so please consult a professional before traveling while pregnant. This is just my personal experience, so let's get into the video. My first tip for you is to choose your destination wisely. When I talked to my doctor about traveling while pregnant, he told me to avoid any area with a risk of Zika virus transmission. A Zika virus is transmitted by a mosquito bite, and it can cause a serious birth defect called microcephaly and other serious brain problems for the baby. And it is mostly present in Mexico, Central and South America, as well as some countries in Africa and Asia. It's really important for pregnant women to avoid any area where there's a risk of Zika virus. While choosing your destination, make sure there are going to be things that you can do while pregnant. If you visit a country that is mostly about adventure travel, like surfing, skiing, places you have to walk for long hours, all of those things are not recommended while pregnant. So make sure that there are going to be activities that you can do there. That is really important, just so you don't go there and end up just not being able to do anything. My second tip for you is to make sure you are covered in the health department. While you're pregnant, it's really important to make sure that if something happens to you while you're away, you'll be able to consult a doctor and it won't cost you $50,000. Make sure you have good health travel insurance. If you're interested to know what we use Safety Wing, which is a travel medical insurance made for nomads. I'll link it down below if you're interested. If you already have travel health insurance, call them before you leave and just make sure that you will be covered in case you have to consult a doctor while you're away. Please note, you can board a plane until 36 weeks pregnant, but after that, some airlines restrict travel to pregnant women, or they may require you to get a written note from your doctor. So if you are in your late pregnancy, make sure you check the airline restrictions to make sure you can board the plane. If you're traveling by bus or by car, my first tip for you is to make sure there is a bathroom on the bus or that you stop at every bathroom along the way if you're traveling by car. When you're pregnant, you have to pee quite often, and it's really important to stop every time you see a bathroom because you don't know when the next one is going to be. Also make sure you got plenty of snacks and a water bottle for the road. It's really important to stay hydrated when you're pregnant. If you're traveling by air, what I recommend is getting an aisle seat. When I talked to my doctor about flying while pregnant, he told me to try and get up every hour or so to walk in the aisle to make the blood circulate in my legs. He told me that because when you're pregnant, you are more at risk of developing blood clots. And with the pressure on the airplane, it can be even more dangerous. So it's really important to get up and walk those legs. And if you're in the window seat and you have to disturb the person next to you every time you have to get up, it can be a bit annoying. So if you get an aisle seat, you'll be able to go to the bathroom as often as you can, and you will also be able to walk every hour to make the blood circulate. What I did was put a timer on my phone for an hour or an hour and a half, and then even if I was napping or doing something else, it would be an indicator to get up and walk those legs. It is especially important for longer plane trips. When we went to Vancouver, I was in my second trimester and the plane ride was about 5.5 hours. I think I got up maybe like 5 times during that plane ride. Another tip for you if you're traveling by plane is to bring disinfectant wipes and to disinfect your seat before you sit down. When you're pregnant, your immune system is not as strong because all of your energy goes to growing your baby. So if you can avoid catching a cold or a flu or even worse, it's always good. So make sure you disinfect everything before sitting down. Let's say that an airplane seat is not always the cleanest. Alright, now let's talk about packing. If you don't know, Matt and I are big fans of backpacks over suitcases. We like to be hands-free when we travel from places to places, and we also think it's a lot easier to carry around than a suitcase. However, when you're pregnant, you tend to carry a heavy weight on you. And on my last trip to Vancouver, I regretted not bringing a suitcase instead of a backpack. My backpack was getting quite heavy. I was in my second trimester, and if you would walk for more than 5 minutes, I would start getting cramps or my lower back would ache, and Matt ended up having to carry pretty much all of the backpacks on his back. So that was not good. My tip for you is, if you're traveling while pregnant, bring a suitcase if possible, or make sure your backpack is not too heavy, because you'll have to carry around every time you go from places to places. Another tip for you is to bring comfortable clothes and clothes that will grow with you, especially if you plan on staying more than a few weeks. So I was leaving for Vancouver for 5 weeks. When I left, I think I was in the end of my first trimester, and I entered my second trimester while I was there. So there were many clothes that I brought with me that didn't fit after maybe like 2 or 3 weeks. And then I would have to carry all of those clothes with me that didn't fit, and I would have maybe like 2 shirts and 1 pair of pants that would still fit me. So that was bad. I really thought that my belly would not grow that quickly, but entering the second trimester, it just grew really fast. What I would tell you is to bring clothes that will fit even if your belly grows during your trip. My next tip is about the activities you will do on your trip. As I said earlier, it's important to choose a destination with activities suitable for pregnant women. I always underestimate how quickly I will become tired. Before I was pregnant, I was really used to walking really long distances, like an hour or 2 hours, no problem. But when you're pregnant, sometimes you get tired after 10 minutes of walking. It's also important not to do many activities all close up together, because you need time to rest. I always like to go to a restaurant or go to a coffee shop and sit down, relax in between activities, just so I wouldn't get tired too quickly. Alright guys, that is it for my tips about traveling while pregnant. If you have any other questions, make sure you leave them in the comments down below. I will be happy to answer them. Make sure you like this video if you'd like to see more travel tips from us, and subscribe to follow along our journey. We'll see you in the next video. Bye!